back, relax, and maybe get yourself a snack. Me and you gonna have a little chat about books. Hey guys, I am here today to do a little update on a couple of books that have arrived in the post recently and a little update on what I am currently reading. So the first exciting package to arrive was this one, which I haven't actually unwrapped fully because I wanted to show you the effort that the author had put into actually packaging it up, because I always enjoy when authors or publicists or whoever's sending out the book does a good job with just making it kind of feel, you know, a bit more fun than just a book, although books are great, obviously, but just themes the package and gives it a little bit of excitement and pizzazz, and this definitely feels like that. So this book is one that a self-published author very kindly sent over to me. You can see that we have first off been given some goblin slime, which is lovely. I think it's just a lip balm, but quite interesting to get goblin slime. Can honestly say I have never received goblin slime with any of my other books, and that's pretty cool. Let's open it and see what it's like. That is really minty. Very nice. Very minty. Super minty. Tingly minty. Doesn't taste minty, just tastes, no, not for eating, but feels good on the lips. Definitely hydrates them a little bit, so that's good. But of course, we want to know what the book is. So we've got a little sticker, I think, which looks very cute. And we've got a little part of a note which says, "Goblins, sorry, have trouble on way, but package here now. Sorry, thank." Which I just think is really fun. You can tell that it's properly been burned and, you know, scratched up a little bit and handwritten, which is all really cute. And I really appreciate things like that. Then we've got the actual book. So let's open that together. Also, my cat is super interested in the string that I'm undoing. So if you see a little paw coming up, then that's why she really wants it. She's jumping around down here, but you can't see her. You cheeky cat. Did you get it? Did you? Okay. Catch it. You're so funny. Got it. Built-in cat toy. Always useful. So, let's open the book. Wriggly Little Hands, which honestly sounds like a great name. The author of this one reached out to me. It is self-published, and I'm just excited to give this a go. It looks very chaotic and crazy, but hopefully it is a bit of a cute, fun one, and I end up really enjoying it. So it says, Ollie the Goblin is the last creature anyone would send on a world-ending quest, but the Dark Lord's under siege, and without his doomsday weapon, those pesky forces of good might just get it done in time. Ready to impress their big boss, Ollie and his cousins set out on a super-secret mission to retrieve the doomsday weapon on a road trip to see their family. With hopes of every creature, sinister and foul, riding on them, the goblins hurry directly to their destination. Mostly directly. Okay, so it's more of a zigzag. Agents of good await at every turn, but with empty hands and two big hearts, Ollie and his bumbling family safely pilot their rocket wagon, mostly, sabotage the forces of evil, accidentally, and save their Dark Lord, probably. And all whilst facing down the dangers of road rage, unionisation, and one genie wish gone terribly wrong. The final battles brewing between good and evil, and the fate of the world rests in Ollie's wriggly little hands. God help us all. So I think that sounded really fun. The blurb sounded good. I really enjoyed the author email when he reached out. It just seemed like a really fun read. So I'm excited to have a copy of this, and I will hopefully get to this one pretty soon because it does sound like it will be quite a light-hearted, fun read. It does have some little illustrations at the chapter openers, which I always enjoy when there's just a little bit more going into the books. That's always fun, isn't it? Just gives a little bit more, you know, just makes it more fun to see kind of what you're going to get. So Very excited to have that. Thank you so much to the author for sending it to me. I am looking forward to giving this one a read. The next one that I have turned up just yesterday for me, and that is The Last Vigilant. This is by Mark A. Latham, and I believe it's the first one in a series. It seems like it will be my kind of thing, but I don't know anything about this particularly. Magic is forgotten, honour is no more, and from the darkness a legend will return. War between once peaceful nations is on the horizon, and the child of a powerful ally is missing. Now Holt Hawley, an outcast soldier, has been sent to find a myth, a vigilant, one of the last survivors of an ancient and powerful order whose magic could be key to finding the child. But the vigilance disappeared long ago, and no one truly expects him to succeed. So I mean, that sounds like a somewhat generic plotline, but I'm always willing to give new authors a go and kind of see what they can bring to the genre. And this one has quite a few quotes on it from like really big name authors. So there's a quote from John Gwynne on the front saying a wonderful tale set within a well-drawn fantastical world, and then on the back there's a couple of quotes as well, one of which is from Anthony Ryan. David Gemmell meets The Name of the Rose in a page-turning mix of mystery and epic fantasy. So it does seem as though there is quite a lot of love for this book, and I'm excited to give it a try. It's the first one in the Kingdom of Oak and Steel series. And then the next one that I have actually again came very beautifully packaged with an extra envelope, so I haven't opened it yet. I thought I would wait until you guys were here to open it with you. So it's got this lovely little wax embossing on the front, which is always nice. Let's open it up and see what we've got inside. We've got a little bookmark, always good, very pretty. And then we've got a little note. We extend an invitation to you at admissions for the graving conspectus at St. Pendergast Regent College. The admissions process begins in 4 days' time and will consist of 10 days of trials before culminating in a final examination from which the preceptors will make their hallowed selection. No more than 5 candidates will receive patronage from each preceptor. This year, preceptors sponsoring acceptance will be First Spring Master Mortritis. Your arrival is anticipated at the Thumbarrow campus as soon as possible, and orientation will begin in the games hall at second bell in 4 mornings' time. Room and board will be provided throughout the process until failure or success. Now, I love things like this where it just instantly sets the theme, it just gets you excited. It just seems like this is obviously some sort of school setting, some sort of academy. I like that, so I'm happy about it. And it just makes me want to read the book, which is always good. And this is actually published by Daphne Press, who I am currently reading another one of their books, which is due out very soon. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but I'm really enjoying it, so it makes me more hopeful that I'm also going to enjoy this one. Let's find out what this one is. It's called A Rather Vengeful Accord by Danielle Knight, and this is book 1 in the hallowed game duology. So it's a duology. Interesting, because normally we get trilogies or more at this rate, so duology, that could be quite cool. It's a rivals to lovers, dark academia fantasy of necromancers and gladiatorial combat, which sounds great, let's be honest. Fans of Gideon the Ninth and A Deadly Education will enjoy this, and this one comes out in November of this year, so we've got a little bit of a wait, but I will definitely try and get to this before release day, probably sooner, because I love the sound of things like this. School books, dark academia, I'm really in the mood for all of that all the time. I just enjoy that sort of thing. So I'm excited to have this one. I'm definitely looking forward to giving this one a read. And as I say, the other book that I'm currently reading, which is published by Daphne Press, I'm really enjoying. So fingers crossed they found another great author here. So those are the 3 books that were very kindly sent to me and which I'm very much looking forward to reading. But I also wanted to just mention a couple of books that I am already currently reading, just to update you on kind of what's coming and let you know what I'm doing. So if you're reading any of these, or if you've read any, let me know. The first one that I'm currently reading is the one that I just mentioned, 7 Recipes for Revolution. This one I am super enjoying. It is, I believe, by like a new author, a debut author, and I am just super duper into this, I must admit. I started reading it because it just sounded like a really wacky concept. It's about a world where there's these huge great bulls and they are kind of like magical, and if you harvest the meat from them, they will give you magical powers. But the magic only comes if it's mixed into a greater recipe, which is something that is basically the stuff of legend. And in this world, we have the common people and we have the rare people. The rare people are like the elite. They have access to all of the amazing old recipes. But the common don't really have any of that. So the common in this world are just really, really run down, really poor, really poverty stricken. And we, of course, are following a member of the common called Paprik, and his story is about him being a butcher and wanting to take some of the meat, the Ephraim meat, and try it because he is determined to become a chef, and he really wants to discover a greater recipe and become a chef. And of course, he does try and do this, and it just continues from there. It's told a little bit in the way that Name of the Wind is, where it's kind of like an archivist is taking down his story and he's talking to them, which I really enjoy as like a narrative style. I really enjoy kind of the back and forth between the two characters, and also the way that they're reminiscing, and you kind of know where the ending is because you've seen where they're at the beginning of the story, but you also have no idea how they got there. And I just think that way of telling stories works really well for me. So I am loving this. I must admit, I went in with somewhat medium expectations. I mean, it's an unknown author, but the concept sounded great and I am really enjoying it. So I'm very hopeful that this one could be a really high rating from me. Fingers crossed. We'll continue to read it and see. I think I'm about a third of the way through, so I've got a decent chunk still to go, and hopefully that pays off and is really good. And then the next one that I am currently reading, which will probably take me quite a long time to get through, is Unruly, because it's a non-fiction by David Mitchell. I'm enjoying this one. It's about the history of England, kind of told through his perspective, right from the very beginning of like kings and queens. So as I say, it's interesting so far. It feels like a relatively easy read to get into for a non-fiction that is very historical, but I haven't got that far yet. I'm only, let's see, 36 pages, so a fair way to go, and I kind of have to be in the right headspace for a non-fiction as well, so it'll take me a while, but what I've read so far I've enjoyed. Let me know if you've read this. And then the next one that I'm currently reading is this one, A Song of Legends Lost, which is by M.H. Ayinde, and this one, is this one already out? Oh yeah, and this one came out in April of this year, so fairly recently. I'm enjoying this one. I'm about halfway through. It's a pretty big world, and it's a story about these beings, these ancestors that people can call on to kind of come and basically fight on their behalf. You can kind of see that a little bit in the illustration on the cover, that they can summon an ancestor and they can come and fight for them, but only the nobles have that ability. There's a very big war going on. In fact, there's multiple kind of war fronts, we could say, and this story is all about lots of different people who are spread out around the world, and kind of how they fit into this big war and the magic which is constantly being discovered. I feel like there's a lot of things that we get privy to over the course of this book that we don't know about at the beginning of the story, so the magic is ever evolving and they're learning more about it by discovering new things in this world. There's also this common enemy which they're all fighting against, but also a lot of infighting between factions and different families and people for various reasons. So there's a lot going on here. It's definitely a big kind of politically heavy one. Again, it's taken me a little while because I don't think it's as exciting as I wanted it to be. I am enjoying it, but I just feel like it's quite heavy on the politics and the fighting, which is not always my favourite thing in fantasy. However, I do like some of the characters here, so I'm hoping that like the second half will kind of pull it back up, because as I say, I'm about 70% of the way through this one, I think. So yeah, making good progress, but I haven't finished it just yet. And then I am continuing on with a series, so I won't really talk too much about it, but I'm continuing with the Corin Cadence series, and I'm enjoying this one. This one's my audiobook at the moment. Yeah, as I say, I can't really spoil too much of it because I think this is book 4 or 5 of the series now, and it's also quite a heavy one in that it just feels very very info dumpy at the moment, which is not my favourite thing. So I'm kind of waiting for the action to kick in with this one, but I'm just taking it very slow on audio at the moment, and we'll just see when I get to the end of it, I guess. Alongside that, the other one that I'm currently reading is a book called Till Death Do Us Bard, and this is a very lightweight, very easy read. I started it, I don't know, a day or two ago, and I'm basically halfway through. It's about a gay relationship, and one of the characters, for some reason, just kind of vanishes, and the retired mercenary style husband who is left behind has to go and find him and go on a quest, and the goalposts kind of keep changing, I'd say, because yeah, everything that he has to do to go and find his husband keeps changing and shifting, and we encounter more and more kind of magical creatures and beings, and all sorts of madness is happening. So I'm liking it. It's easy reading. It's kind of breaking up those heavier reads that I've got on the go at the moment. But I don't know if it's super substantial. I think I saw that the second one was out in the shop the other day, which inspired me to pick up the first at last. And I was looking for like a cozy read, but yeah, I don't know if it's got that much substance going on. So I'll let you know how that one is once I finish it, because I don't think that one will take me very long, and it probably will be finished in the next few days. I am actually going to Portugal in a week's time, which I'm so excited about. And I can't wait to just be there and read some books. So you may not see a video from me next week, but just know that I will hopefully have a lot of reading time whilst I'm in Portugal, and I plan to get through some books. So fingers crossed when I come back I will have a lot of books to finish up and review properly for you guys. But yeah, let me know if any of these books on this shelf you want to see me review, because this is my to be read shelf, and I look forward to chatting with you in the comments. Have a good one, everyone. Bye!
Thank you for watching my video today. Go pick up a book, then come back and chat with me again.